The new manager is a loyal, hard-working employee.
Yes,
The obvious choice for the job.
he's right.
A name you all know. It starts with an S.
That's me.
Please welcome our new manager, Squidward Tentacles.
So for those who aren't aware, I've been doing kind of like a series, so to speak, about jobs that did not see your full potential. And I haven't done it in a while, but it's time.
Yeah, I got time, cuz.
It's time that we get back into the madness of those videos and talking about these jobs, these 9-to-5 jobs that, frankly, I feel like they don't see your full potential. And
They don't.
the last time we had covered Marshalls, working at Marshalls, I stopped liking that job too. But people was looking like excited to see me. It was looking like him. That's how they was looking. That's how I felt when I went in Marshalls after a while. I was just like, you know what? I don't think they like me no more, man. One of the first instances is like talking about some yeah, you got too many pieces of chicken on your plate. You got to take one. I was like, it took me away from doing my task and being on task. They playing about some chicken. That was like, that got on my nerves. So the next time they ordered food, I had my own food. I was like, I'm not eating their food, bro. Like nah, bro. I'm not. I don't care. And I feel as though it is time to talk about Aldi.
Welcome to Aldi.
I feel as though when you work at these jobs, and especially now that I'm in management, I feel like it's even funnier to see how these jobs really act. Aldi is a German grocery store. They in and of itself have had a crazy turnover rate. Let's not lie. Now, working there, I started out as an associate, been there for about 5 years. Had to grab this, my 5-year Aldi award for 5 years of employee service. Participation trophies, you know. Participated for 5 years, you already know. So working my behind off. I started at Aldi like what, 2014. Starting out to now, like, okay, if I understand like how much I've improved, I should have took the management opportunity. Then I would be further along than I am now in management and in skills and so on and so forth. But I knew when I first came down here, I had a different plan in mind, and it didn't go as planned. So I started working these other jobs, started working at the daycare center, Marshalls, and then I ended up at Aldi. And at one point, I was working 3 jobs when I was down here. And I'm like, funny enough, I'm repeating those same bad habits.
Back at it like a bad habit.
First of all, working at Aldi's, they took so long for me to get promoted.
Why?
Now, mind you, I've switched stores, different store managers and stuff or whatever, so I get it. You got to kind of start over, show your work, show that you work hard and stuff like that or whatever. But I've always showed that I worked hard.
Because you got that dog in you. I got that dog in me.
Since day one. And I was actually going to get promoted when I was in my first store. I ended up getting moved over to a different store because the hours started to slow down when they opened more Aldi stores. I actually thought about the simple fact of I'm doing a lot, and management would be a lot on me if I work more than one job and I don't have transportation, Uber and all. It just sounds like a lot right now. So I took the chance saying, you know what, I'm not gonna do it right now. So when I finally got down to the store I'm at now, and I've been there for a couple years, I was like, you know what, interested to see, maybe this could be my chance to grow and have growth. I'm just working hard, getting feedback and stuff, whatever. Just when I knew I was doing exceptionally well as an associate, I was like, okay, I'm ready for the next step. I want to get promoted to the next level, which at that moment was shift manager. Now keep that in mind, shift manager. The way Aldi does stuff is super weird. When they had shift managers, some days a shift manager could also be an associate, and like for an hour, 2 hours, or some days they could work in as an associate. But what job, you know, they promote you as a manager, but you can still be an associate. You're in management, you're a manager. How could some days can you be an associate? That doesn't make any sense. You're either a manager or you're not a manager. But let's keep in mind, shift manager. So I'm sitting there like, okay, that's fine. When I finally feel like I'm up to that point, I'm asking my store manager, what else you need me to do? How far am I? Whatever. And I'm getting feedback and killing it, doing whatever I need to do. Each meeting, I'm taking information and stuff and utilizing that. And I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the serious stuff. Only thing I was told was just making sure my ring speed is good, my cash handling, like making sure my register is not over or under too much, because as the manager you could be giving out change and stuff. That makes total sense. Side note, even in that moment as well as right now, none of my managers can count. I feel like the safe is always busted, and it's like, oh, they wanted me to be good with my cash handling, but anybody else is screwed. Do they know how to count? No, they need to go back to first grade, but okay. I'm doing everything else like I'm supposed to do, but what happens when time continues to keep moving on and you don't see results? I said this in my daycare center video when I worked at the daycare center. I was ready for a different position, and they were just prolonging the inevitable. Not only that, but they were like dragging me along. It was just one of those things where I just felt like it was saying that something was going to happen, but nothing was happening.
You didn't get the job!
What?
You did not get the job!
I had the wrong mindset originally, but at the same time I still feel like it's disrespectful, because like, not only was I keep being told like, hey, I didn't forget about you, this is gonna happen soon, or whatever the case is. This is like wash, rinse, and repeat every single job. Okay, it's gonna happen, whatever the case is. Even when I worked at Marshall's, I'm trying to be a shift coordinator, which is a shift manager. They told me I needed to learn the register, and I told them since day one I wanted to learn the register. And that's the only thing they kept saying I needed to learn before they could make me management. And what did they do? Not teach me that. So I'm sitting here in Aldi telling them like I want to do management, and I kept pushing myself, and it's like behind closed doors they already had their mind made up whether I was gonna be management or not. The excuse later on, what I heard was pretty much saying like, oh, they think I was doing too much talking, like side talking with the associates and stuff or whatever, and some days I wasn't working that hard. So some days I wasn't working that hard, like I'm not breaking my back and my back don't hurt now.
My back. My back.
And so I need like a day, maybe I'm not moving as fast. Is that what they're saying? Or was I just being completely lazy? Because there's never a day where I'm not trying to give it my all. It's just some days it's harder to do when you're kind of dealing with a lot. So what are they expecting? Did they talk to me about this? No. No communication with me. They just made it up on themselves like, hey, I don't think he's ready. Don't even tell me, hey, I don't think you're ready. Or, hey, I noticed this, that, and the third. Take care of this and you're good. The store manager usually talks to their managers to see if the person is a good fit. So with those managers knowing that I want to be manager, and that's all I keep saying, why didn't they talking to me or talking to her like, hey, he wants to be manager, let's work with him? No, they don't care. They don't care about you.
Correct!
And it's funny because I never forget I'm an associate, even when I'm in management. I never forget that I care about my people and my workers. You don't get too many people like that. That's why I always tell my associates and the people underneath me that I appreciate you. I appreciate your hard work and thank you for your hard work. Even if people know they're doing good, it's just nice to hear that, because managers don't say that. You get discouraged because you don't see results and stuff, and I'm like, okay, they're not going to promote me. I'm tired of keep asking like what's going on, whatever. And what's funny is, so that shift manager thing whittles away, and it's no longer a title at Aldi anymore. They break that position down into two groups: lead store associate and assistant store manager. Technically speaking, in the category of how it would be set up, it would be an associate, lead store associate, shift manager, and ASM, which is an assistant store manager. Then you get the manager trainee, which is the MT, and then you get the store manager, the DM. Like, it goes in that kind of anarchy. But they take away the shift manager, so people who are already shift managers, you either got promoted or demoted. For me, being an associate, lead store associate, is a promotion for me. The weirdest thing is, like, I'm in management, but my title isn't a manager. But if they need a manager, and I'm there, apparently I'm a manager. I do key turns. Key turn it. I open and close the door at night and stuff like that. Count the safe. I do all the manager work aside from a few things, but even working at Burger King, I'm pretty much doing those additional things now anyway. So, but at Burger King, I'm a manager. Treated like a manager at Burger King? Ain't that quite weird? Like, the position is broken down, and I'm being told that there's not enough space to put me, and that I was going to get promoted, but because the position switched, it's not enough. But when they have shift managers, it could be like numerous amount of people. And Okay, that kind of makes sense because I think she was saying it could only be 2 LSAs and 3 ASMs. I am an associate killing it. You are an associate killing it. And I get 2 people promoted over me. And they started way after me. And they brought somebody from a different store to be an ASM. And they was about to promote somebody else over me too, and I found that out later. So it's like, okay, they was just about to promote everybody over me and not even tell me that there wasn't a position for me, or they changed their mind and they don't think I should be a manager at this moment. Like, okay. Don't mind that they work hard. Don't get me wrong. I get that. You work hard, you secure your position up, but what are they doing different than me? Even to this day, I'm sitting there like, what did that person do differently than me? It's like the manager seen something in them that they didn't see in me or something, because I'm killing it too. Never complain, never have any stuff. No situations happen, no situations popping up. But after a while, especially me staying longer, coming in early, or coming in on my off days, killing it, it's like you get tired of the BS. So after a while, I said, I'm not breaking my back.
Oh, my back!
I stopped coming in early or staying longer. They need me. It's at some point, it's all in the respect. So how I'm treated will dictate and determine if money is more important than your happiness, and if I'm gonna sit there and come in to help versus am I just gonna be like, no, I'm not doing all that. So
Fast forward.
I get to a point where, okay, fine, I got someone who's probably there as an associate for maybe like a month or so, whatever the case is. The other young lady wasn't even interested at the time, but she took it, and she was always doing part-time closing or whatever. That's fine, like whatever, kudos to them. But it's like speed. I've always killed it with speed, but they expect so much that it's like I have to keep reevaluating how to do the job to make it fit well for me, and as well as for them not to complain. And now it's to a point where it's like, okay, so 2 people get promoted before me. Do you don't think that is kind of disrespectful? Just, that's crazy. I guess they see certain things, and I guess whatever they were doing mattered the most for them to get promoted. But for me, whatever I'm doing, it's like, that doesn't really mean a thing.
It's the double standard for me, bro.
Now it gets to a point of I go through my first store manager. We get a temporary one, and that's when I finally get promoted. After a few years, I finally get promoted. But what do I get promoted to? Lead store associate. Not shift manager, not ASM, lead store associate. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's above what I was normally doing. I'm going to still keep working hard and hopefully get that ASM position. But every chance I look, I feel like stuff is derailed. Like they don't care. So it took me a while to even get to that point. I was so excited I got my keys. It took forever to give me my keys. My number wasn't even registered in the system right away. It took like a week. And I'm sitting there like, what is prolonging the inevitable? And I finally get my keys. So I'm like, cool, I'm finally a manager. But it's so weird to be treated like a manager only when it is convenient to them, but then it inconveniences me any other time that I'm just a lead associate. I'm a key holder, as they called it in the description. Key holder. I'm over here. People, you're a manager? Can I speak to a manager? Yeah, that's me. I'm a manager because I'm a manager. I'm actually a manager. I'm doing the management stuff. That's what I'm doing. And the description, the stuff that I do is the same stuff that they do. How am I not a manager? They literally created those subgroups just to separate people and not really give you the money and the proper title and the respect that you deserve. So I'm a lead store associate. Lead store associate. It makes sense because I'm being treated like a lead store associate. But I'm running shift though. It took them forever to see my potential, and this is the thanks. This is what I'm considered to be. I think that speaks for itself. That speaks volumes. Like, it's giving, you don't give a fuck about me. That's what it's giving. Respect is an important thing that I always want, and these jobs do not care about you. And I know a lot of these jobs are going to always be somewhat the same and stuff, but I still find like it's crazy because like they kind of started respecting me more only because I got into that little category of the lead store associate little box thing or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing, trying to do a little cute box. I finally got into that category. That's when I finally got like a teeny bit of respect. Like, okay, they're not going to completely disrespect me, but before they don't. But I never do that to my people who I work with. Never once have I thought like, hey, these people are under me.
Never, never, never.
But a lot of times you work with people, management, and they get that title, that stuff goes to their head. I always work. Why did they act like I wasn't doing as good as I could be doing or working as hard when that's all I've been doing? Like, they don't see it. I even had a situation. I wrote the board like of doing and then everything was rewrote. Why? Because I forgot one of the other managers' name at the bottom. Just write his name where his name's supposed to go. But it was rewrote. His name was put up as the managers, and I put underneath like with the associates and stuff onto the board with like schedule and everything. It's like I'm only in charge if I get there first, and then that's how I'm running shift. But they can dictate and change the shift over immediately. I'm a manager. I should be treated like a manager. I can utilize a plan and have everything situated and things not be chaotic way better on my shift than any other shift combined. Always forget stuff. They always forget to put stuff on the charger, put stuff back. Like, everybody's just so discombobulated. I'm the only one with some common sense and know what I'm doing. I've been like this since I was an associate, which is why I have respect when I work with associates and I understand. So a lot of times when I work with management, the managers will have the same person on the register all day, all 8 hours of their shift. I, on the other hand, would try my best to rotate people and see, like, okay, you've been on a shift for like 4 or 5 hours of your shift. Okay, I'm going to send you on your break. We're going to switch it up a bit, break it down, and go from there. Everybody does their part to help each other out. I see them more as just associates. They're my teammates. And I will always see that. I would never understand why managers don't see that. But now I understand because of the way I'm treated. I'm not even seen completely fully as a manager, so of course they're not going to see anybody else in a higher light than what they are. Eventually they're going to keep trying to promote people, and in March so many people are going to be promoted over me. I'm still going to stay in this position. I did my my evaluation. I got a point off because I had an Aldi hat on.
What is going on up in the brain helmet, bro?
Funny enough, like when we first started working at Aldi, we couldn't wear hats unless it said Aldi on it. We could wear it like throughout the day, throughout the store. Then they create an Aldi beanie for us to wear, and they decide this random new rule that we're not allowed to wear the hats unless we're in the freezer, the cool, like cold areas and stuff like that or whatever. That's dumb. We finally get a hat and we can't even wear it. Like, okay, fine, not professional. Okay, that's whatever. But I'm pretty sure I was wearing it when I came out of the freezer, whatever the case is. I didn't take it off. My hair was cold. And because I was wearing it on the sales floor, you get deducted a point.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like you still wearing a jacket because you're freezing. But as soon as I get out of there, like, oh, let me hurry up and take the jacket off so I don't get written up. Okay. It took the point off of my customer service. My customer service has always been a 4. 3 at bare minimum if it's out of all these points were out of 4, but 3 bare minimum at the most if need be. But it's always been a 4. So apparently, situation happened with an associate and a customer, and as I'm trying to de-escalate the situation and ring these customers up, or whatever, I guess I didn't do it properly because I should have got up and like stopped the situation or sent the associate in the office and rung them up. But I'm on the register too, and we're ringing a line. I'm pretty sure there was a line that needed to be taken care of, but because they claimed that they looked at the camera and I just stood there and just watched. And I'm like, what are you, like, why would you phrase it like that? But like I wasn't trying to de-escalate it. But okay, you're right. I just wanted it to happen. So I didn't know that dinged some points off because of one young lady who I feel like always got into a situation with a customer that ended up being my downfall. Okay. I know we all have a lot to work on, but I work harder than the other managers, aside from my store manager who kills it. I never take that away from her. I never take it away from any of them who kill it working hard. But I do more and I work harder, and there's a lot of stuff that, like I said, they don't plug up the phones, the devices to make the tags, they don't plug this stuff up so it dies. The jacks that we use to move the product around, those are dead. The scrubber to clean the floor, they don't charge that sometimes. Like, come on now. They don't put the paperwork back in the office. And like, it's always something. There's always something. I'm the only one that double, triple check, but it's all about to stop. Unless it benefits me or unless it's not gonna affect me, then that's their own downfall. getting into their own way and erasing what I wrote on the board multiple times. If it was my handwriting, fine, but just I feel that's kind of like a waste of my time for me to write the board and create the plan and for them to change it up last minute. If it's like, okay, I just did that for nothing. I'm just tired of the headaches and the stress. And these jobs do not care about you at all. And I feel like most people come with that mindset, but it's just annoying when you're reminded by the jobs that they don't care about you. They'll definitely let you know.
I can't. You acted like you cared about me, but you don't even respect me.
I can show them better than I can tell them. I've been asking for gray shirts because we've been wearing like this little navy blue shirts as the associates. They told the associates they can't wear those shirts no more, that they gave them t-shirts. I'm still technically was an associate when they said that. Then I got promoted and I'm thinking, okay, fine. I want a gray shirt because that was always the manager shirt. You know what happened with the gray shirts? Discontinued. They don't even have the gray shirts no more. And I've been asking for it and they've been playing around to give me a gray shirt since I became manager, lead store associate, right? And I'm like, I want a gray shirt. So they tell me it's discontinued. That means you guys are going to give me your gray shirts? Is that what that means? You're going to give me your gray shirts that you have? A lot of them act like they don't even want the gray shirts. So that means I've been asking for an actual manager shirt to respectfully show that I'm a manager. And you're like, oh, they don't have those no more. Those are discontinued. Not the navy blue ones that were the associate shirts. Those ain't get discontinued. You know, that would have made too much sense. We discontinue a shirt that's already been a manager shirt. Come on now. These people been hit in the head or something.
Yo, killing me with this.
That's crazy. I get my self-evaluation slip. It says store associate. It doesn't even say lead store associate on the thing. Where's the respect in that? All of them say store associate, even like unless I'm officially a manager, it's not gonna say ASM or anything like that. I should have my own one that says lead store associate. Come on now. I had to freaking put lead in front of the store associate thing on my own personal one out of respect for myself. Sitting there treating me like an associate whenever it dictates them. Okay, that's why I have a plan in motion, and these jobs think that they're gonna keep me down or I'm gonna stay here forever. Certain stuff is like, okay, I see what's going on now, and keeping that in mind is how I'm gonna start approaching coming to Aldi from now on.
I don't like working here, but it's my job.
I've worked so hard for this position, was so excited for it, and they just said, "Ha! You thought you was a manager, but nobody, you are not. You are not a manager, not even a little bit."
But why?
It's only when it dictates us or we need some extra work done, we can kind of push you and be like, oh no, you're a manager today. You're a manager for like 5 minutes, but then we need you to go back to be an associate in like 6 minutes. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, baby. Share with your friends. I'm putting videos out every single week, pretty much every single day. Road to 1,000. Let's get it in. If you haven't seen my other 2 videos that I posted, I was talking about Marshalls and the daycare center in the last 2 videos that I posted. I will have the playlist down in the description or comments below, so you guys should definitely check that out. Let me know what you guys think. Other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace out. Love you. Bye.
SpongeBob?
I'm ready. Depression. I'm ready. Depression.